Ava, it's been a long time, hasn't it? How is it being off on your own now? Is everything going well?
Pardon me?
What kind of response is that? I'm just asking if you're doing well.
How I'm doing and how I'm living is none of your business.
Don't be like that. Why are you being so cold towards me? I'm worried about you. That's why I took the time to message you.
What do you want after all this time?
What do you mean, what do I want? I'm just worried about you. Is that a crime?
If I recall, you kicked me out of the house with no notice. Then you blocked my number and all my social media accounts. I had no way of contacting you anymore. After that, I had to go through your mom to get everything settled between us. So you have no business messaging me right now.
I'm sorry. I was busy with a lot of things back then.
I have no idea what you mean by that. Look, I don't have time to waste talking to someone like you anyway. Don't message me anymore.
You say you don't want to talk to me, but I see you never blocked me from contacting you, now did you? I think you've been waiting for me to message you this whole time, huh?
You blocked me, so I assumed I wouldn't be hearing from you anymore. Believe me, if I thought you were going to message me again, I would have blocked you. And now that you mention it, I think I'm gonna block you right now. Goodbye.
Hang on. I really want to apologize for what I did to you back then. That's why I messaged you.
A bit too late for that, don't you think?
I figured that, but I thought you'd at least hear me out. I'm really sorry for kicking you out so suddenly. I was an idiot. I know you didn't have a job, so it was probably pretty rough on you for a while, huh?
You kicked me out because I didn't have a job, didn't you? You said I was useless and a stain on society, and that you weren't going to support anyone like that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget what you said to me.
But you're working now, aren't you?
That's because it's been over a year since you kicked me out. If I hadn't gotten a job, I wouldn't have been able to live now, would I?
Are you living by yourself?
Yeah? What's it to you?
I see. It's gotta be tough for a woman living by herself. Maybe even a little scary sometimes, huh?
Not really. It's actually quite nice. There's nobody looking down their nose at me anymore. And I don't have a horrible mother-in-law coming over unannounced all the time just to make fun of me and treat me like crap.
I have to apologize about my mom. I shouldn't have let her do that. And I shouldn't have taken her side all the time when I was with you. I'm sorry.
It wasn't just you taking her side or not defending me. You said your share of terrible things to me too. You were just as bad as she was.
I'm sorry. I guess I went a little too far, didn't I? But I was under a lot of stress from work. And then I'd come home and see you lazing around the house with nothing to do all day. It made me angry. Now that I think about it, it was pretty childish of me.
I don't know how much you've actually changed in this past year, but no matter what you say to me now, I'm never going to forgive you for how you treated me then. As far as I'm concerned, what happened then is ancient history. I'm not looking for an apology from you.
I understand. So, what do you do for work now?
Antonio, that's none of your business.
Oh, you finally said my name. I'm so happy. I thought you had forgotten it or something.
Oh, God.
Actually, I heard a rumor that you're doing nursing care now. I know that's gotta be a tough job, so I was worried about you doing it every day.
If you knew about that, then why were you beating around the bush? And anyway, it's a lot better than living with you ever was.
But you're not an actual nurse, so I'm sure you get all the dirty jobs and I bet the pay is not very good, huh? Do you really think you can keep that up long term?
It's tough, but it's a job worth doing. I get a lot of satisfaction from it. And I've gotten all kinds of qualifications in the past year, so I'm working for a pretty decent place right now. If you were really worried about me, don't be. Things are going well for me.
That's my Ava. See? I knew getting a job would be the best thing for you.
Huh?
That's why I said those mean things and kicked you out of the house. I knew if I kicked you out, you'd stop sitting at home all day and you'd get a job and start supporting yourself.
What are you talking about? Wasn't it you and your mom who both wanted me to be the stay-at-home housewife when we got married? If I recall, I had a job before we got married. You were the one who made me quit it.
That was all my mom's idea, and I didn't want to go against her.
I don't care about any of that now. Just stay out of my life and leave me alone. That's the only thing I want from you. That means don't try to contact me anymore. What the heck were you trying to accomplish? Why would you come to where I work? Are you insane?
What was I supposed to do? You blocked my number. The only way for me to get in touch with you was to go to your work.
I don't care. Just stop this. I've got nothing I want to say to you.
But I've got something I want to say to you.
And how did you know exactly where I worked anyway? Are you checking up on me?
It's not like that. I just happened to find out by chance. The nursing home you're working at. Well, my coworker's dad is in there. He just happened to see you when he was visiting his dad, and he told me.
Oh, I see. So that's how you knew I was into nursing care now.
Well, yeah.
So, what is it? You've got something you want to say to me, right? Bad enough that you're willing to ambush me at work, right? I'll let you tell me now if you promise me you'll never come back to where I work.
Okay. I want you to come home.
What?
I promise I'll never kick you out again. I won't do anything to hurt you ever again.
I'm not going back to you.
Ava, you didn't leave because you hated me. That's not why you left.
I think you're using the wrong word. I didn't leave. I was kicked out.
Well, yeah, but I didn't kick you out because I wanted to kick you out.
You didn't want to? When I came home from visiting my friend, all my stuff was outside and you had changed the locks. How can you say you didn't want to? I had no idea what was going on. I was in shock. I know you were constantly complaining about me being at home not working, but you never once mentioned kicking me out if I didn't get a job.
That's why I need you to come back. Let's get back together. We're both working now. We can support each other.
You know it's been an entire year, don't you? I'm doing just fine without you. There's no reason for me to even consider moving back in with you.
Ava, don't be stubborn. Is it because you're still worried about my mom?
Huh?
She'll have nothing bad to say about you anymore. And you don't have to listen to a thing she says anyway.
My decision has nothing to do with your mom. And why aren't you worried about what your mom thinks anymore? You used to do every little thing she told you to do. Did you and her have a fight or something?
To be honest, my mom's gone senile. And that's not an exaggeration. She's only in her 60s, but it's already hit her pretty hard.
Oh, I see. The woman you depended on for everything isn't there anymore. So you decided to contact me.
It's not exactly like that. But I'd feel a lot better if someone with your nursing care qualifications was around. Remember, the only reason you went out and got those qualifications was because I kicked you out of the house. I basically helped you get to where you are today.
I can't believe you're even suggesting that. Why should I take care of the woman who made my life a living hell the whole time I was with you? There is something wrong with you, isn't there?
But it's my mom. Think of all she did for you.
That woman didn't do a damn thing for me.
She would always take us out for those expensive dinners, and she showed us around to all the best restaurants in the state.
That was only for you. She said I wasn't really family, so she refused to let me come. She made me stay at home while you went with her. She never took me to any restaurants. I don't think she even cooked a single meal for me either. I can't think of one nice thing that woman ever did for me.
She helped pay for our wedding.
She only paid the last little bit that you were struggling to pay off. And believe me, she made it clear that she was only doing that to help you. And remember, she wouldn't give you that money until I proved to her that all the money in my savings account had already been put towards the wedding.
Well, regardless. You're my wife, so it's your responsibility to look after my mom. So just get your butt back here ASAP.
No way! I'm not your wife, and I'm not going back to your place.
I'll be here. I'll be waiting for you to come back home. I know you still have feelings for me.
No matter what you say or think, I'm never going back to your place. And if you ever come by my work again, I'm calling the police. I mean it. Leave me alone.
If you don't come home, you're gonna regret it. If you're not here and my mom hurts herself or something, it's gonna be all your fault. I mean it. I want you to come home right away. You know how dangerous it is for a senile old woman to not have proper care. My mom is your responsibility now. I can't believe you. You called the cops on your own husband. Don't you have a heart?
It was because you came by my work again and started causing a scene. I told you I'd call the cops if you tried that again, didn't I?
I didn't think you'd really do it, though. I can't believe you'd be so mean.
They let you off with a warning, didn't they? You should be thankful they didn't arrest you. Let that be your lesson, and never do anything like that again.
If you would have just let me talk to you, everything would have been fine, and you wouldn't have needed to call the cops. How long are you gonna make me wait before you come home? It's been a week since you last messaged me, and I haven't heard hide nor hair from you since. My mom and I have been waiting for you to come this whole time.
What? Even though we've been divorced for over a year? Why would you think I'd come back to you? And you're not my husband. You're my ex-husband. That means you're nothing to me. So leave me alone.
Huh? What are you talking about? Why are you acting like we're divorced? I'm not your ex-husband.
The divorce papers were submitted long ago. You are my ex-husband. So, what are you talking about?
Huh? Are you messing with me? Who said you could submit the divorce papers? I didn't agree to the divorce.
What? You were the one who said you wanted a divorce, weren't you? And your mom submitted the divorce papers for us. After you kicked me out of the house and blocked my number, your mom contacted me.
Huh?
She said you wanted a divorce, and she demanded that I sign the divorce papers.
What? How could that be? How come I wasn't aware of any of this?
What? Your signature was already on the divorce papers by the time I got them.
That? I only signed those papers to shut my mom up about it. It was supposed to be just to keep you away from the house until you got a job. She said if she showed you signed divorce papers, it would scare you into getting a job faster. That's the only reason I signed them.
So it seems that it was your mom who submitted them without you knowing. It's no wonder you weren't understanding what I was saying. But if you've got a problem with it, take it up with your mom.
I'm not okay with this. I thought I was still married to you.
You thought we were married, yet you didn't try to contact me for an entire year? Don't you think you've been just a little too free?
Well, there's been a lot of circumstances that caused that.
You never told me back then, and I didn't want to bring it up. But I know all about your circumstances. Your mom told me everything when she brought over the divorce papers. She said you had found a new lover, and that's why you wanted to divorce me.
What?
Your mom never liked me, and she seemed to be really happy that you found someone new. She even offered to pay me compensation money instead of me taking you to court for cheating. So I agreed.
She did that? How come you two decided all of this without me?
You were the one who blocked me, remember? I couldn't reach you by phone or by email. You blocked everything. How was I supposed to contact you if you did something like that?
I'm sorry.
After you kicked me out of the house, I really wanted to talk to you about everything. But when your mom showed me proof of you cheating on me, I knew there was no point in talking to you anymore, and there'd be no working anything out between us. That's why I signed the divorce papers.
This can't be. What you're saying is completely different than what my mom told me. My mom told me that I should keep you away from me for a little while, and during that time, I should try dating a few other women just to see if you really were the one for me or not. She said I could submit the divorce papers if I found someone better, but if not…
Well, it looks like your mom lied to both of us, huh? But unlike you, I don't regret divorcing you. And I'm not forgiving you for going along with your mom and doing what she said. Did you really look down on me that much? Everything turned out this way because of you. You got what you deserved.
Are we really divorced?
Yes, that's what I've been telling you this whole time, isn't it? You're on your own.
But Mom told me this was the best way to make you get a job.
Then blame all this on your mom if you want. I don't care. But I don't see how a man in his 30s can't think for himself and still has to rely on his mom to make all his decisions for him. It doesn't matter now, because it looks like you're going to be taking care of your mom all by yourself.
But I can't. I can't be the only one around here for her now that she's gone senile.
The only one around? Oh! Does that mean the woman you were cheating on me with dumped you?
She didn't dump me. My mom just didn't think she was good enough for me. Mom didn't want me to be with her. So that was the end of that.
Your mom wasn't going to approve of any woman on this earth. I think she was scared they'd steal you from her. It took all my patience to put up with her as long as I did. That, and I kept thinking that you'd eventually stand up to her for me. But I realized that that was never going to happen.
You can count on me this time, though. You're the most important thing to me. Let me prove it to you.
I don't want you to, so don't even offer to do that again. I'm doing just fine by myself. I don't need you. If I went back to you, you'd just make me look after the woman who tormented me for so long. Do you think I want any part of that hell?
You don't have to do it well. Just make sure she doesn't kill herself or anything. I'm not looking for expert care, because that old bag submitted those divorce papers without my permission.
You really are something, aren't you? I don't have a single good memory of your mom. Yet that's the only person you've ever really cared about. And now you're considering abandoning her?
Because she was the one who orchestrated our divorce. I never wanted to divorce you. I can't forgive her for that.
Well, you know what? The whole reason I decided to go ahead with the divorce was because of how you acted. Not because of her. You made me feel worthless because I didn't have a job. Yet you were the one who made me quit my job. And then you kick me out on the street without any notice or any place to go. And on top of all that, you went and cheated on me.
Like I said, I admit it was wrong to cheat on you. I'm sorry, but my mom's partly to blame for that too.
You expect me to buy that? You're supposed to be an adult. Stop making excuses. How are you just gonna ignore what you did and try to put the blame on someone else? Regardless of what your mom said to you, you still did the action. You were the one who cheated. That fact will never change no matter how you try to spin the story.
Ava, how am I supposed to take care of my mom by myself? I don't know anything about caring for the senile. Who do I talk to about this? I can't afford special medical care for her. I can't afford to put her in a home.
That's got nothing to do with me. You've got the internet. Look this stuff up yourself. Can you even do that much?
But Mom's been doing everything for me my whole life.
Then don't you think it should be your job to take care of her now that she needs you? It sounds like you owe her a lot. I suggest you start trying to repay her.
But I can't. Please, Ava, I'm begging you. Just help me for a little bit. Ava, if you're not around, I can't do anything.
I think you mean if your mom's not around, you can't do anything. You did quite a lot without me before. When I was gone, you found a new lover and did a lot of things with her, huh? I think what you really want around is a mom that will do absolutely anything for you. And that's not what I want to be. That's why there's no way in hell I'm ever going back to you. After that, my ex showed up at my workplace again. So I called the police on him again. And this time I had a restraining order put on him. I guess he didn't want to get arrested, so I never saw him again after that. From what I've heard from people in his area, he wasn't able to work and look after his mom at the same time. Quite a number of times, his mom wandered off and Antonio didn't know where she went. He had to get everyone he knew to help him look for her. If she had been even a little nicer to me, I might have offered to help look after her from time to time. But because of her attitude and how she raised Antonio to be a spoiled, rotten man who can't do anything for himself, I guess she's kind of getting what she deserves too. I don't know what's going to happen from here on out with those two. But I do know that it's really difficult for regular families to deal with loved ones with issues like that. And that makes it pretty much impossible for someone like Antonio to deal with. I can only hope he's smart enough to find proper care for his mom, regardless of the price. As for me, because my ex-husband knew where I worked, I put in a request to be moved to a different care facility. Now I've got a new job in a new town, and I'm sure that my ex-husband won't bother me again. I feel really great now. It's like I've turned over a new leaf. I think my past is truly behind me, and I can start looking forward to the future. I'm not sure if I'm going to start looking for a new man right now or not. On the one hand, I feel like I'll be a lot better at picking the proper man for me. After all, now I know what not to look for in a man. But at the same time, I really love living on my own and not needing to listen to anyone complain about how I live my life. I guess only time will tell what I decide to do. But either way, both paths seem bright and filled with happiness. I look forward to what the future will bring my way. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Avery. I just wanted to ask you to get a divorce. It's urgent, so I expect to hear back from you as soon as possible.
Hello? Who is this? There must be some kind of mistake. I think you're texting the wrong Avery.
Oh, there's no mistake. You're exactly who I wanted to get in touch with. You can call me Nina. I'm the super hot, super adorable, and super sweet, angelic girlfriend of a certain CEO you might know of. Case in point, I'm the gal that sleeps with your hubby at night. Nice to meet you.
Okay. You call yourself sweet and angelic, huh? Funny you should say that. I'm just wondering, but you do realize that you're contradicting yourself big time, right?
What do you mean, contradicting? I don't get it.
So, you just introduced yourself as being the girlfriend of someone who's already married. You're admitting that you're someone's lover. You take part in someone's cheating. And, hold on. You do know that generally speaking, cheating tends to be frowned upon, right? It's far from something an angelic person should be doing. But maybe that's just me.
Well, I guess that's how most people think. I don't know. But the CEO and I are different from any other cheating couple. We're so madly in love! I know true love isn't always understood by the general public, but I would still appreciate it if you didn't treat us the same way as the usual jerks out there. We're head over heels for each other. There's no stopping our passionate love.
Aren't you the dreamer? I'm pretty sure that's what most of the usual jerks say, but I'll let that slide for now.
What? Are you trying to say that we're not special? I'll have you know, we're getting a fairy tale ending.
Oh, do you want to be special? I guess you're doing a good job at it then. I thought it was absurd how you weren't even trying to hide the fact that you were his girlfriend. But if you're trying to play crazy stupid, then you can just keep up the good work. I mean, you have to be out of your mind to actually contact your boyfriend's wife like that. Pretty bold of you. I'll give you that.
I am not out of my mind. I'm just in love. Madly in love. Chase is my Prince Charming. My CEO in a tuxedo.
Yeah, sure. Whatever makes you happy. Anyways, if you're willing to be honest with me, I guess it's only fair that I be honest with you. It's time we had a proper chat, huh?
Oh, that went more smoothly than I expected. I was half expecting a dirty cat fight. Thanks for being so understanding. If there's something you wanted to say, go for it, sweetie.
Yes. So, let me start off by saying that I knew he was cheating on me. I didn't have definitive proof, but I had a hunch. I was going to look into it when I had the chance, but I guess I don't need to bother anymore.
Is that so? Well, I'm just happy that you weren't some kind of crabby old lady. You seem pleasant enough. Maybe we could even be friends.
Crabby old lady, huh? Nina, was it? How old are you?
You would want to know, won't you? Don't be too surprised. I'm 25 years old. I'm living my youth, girl.
Oh, I thought you'd be younger. I'm actually the exact same age as you.
Huh? Wait, really?
Yes, I'm also 25 years old, just like you. I understand the confusion, though. You must have thought I was around my late 30s, right? My husband, or your boyfriend, I guess, is 13 years older than me. We're what people call an age gap relationship.
You're the same age as me?
Yeah? Is there an issue? What month were you born in?
I was born in June.
I'm born in September. It looks like you're 3 months older than me. Maybe I should respect my elders more?
No, it can't be.
Hey, I'm just joking. Is it that shocking that I was slightly younger than you? Anyways, let's cut to the chase. Regardless of whether or not you're older than me, it's a fact that you and your boyfriend Chase cheated on me. I'll make sure to check up on the facts and see what evidence I can collect. If things turn dire, I won't hesitate to contact my lawyer.
Lawyer? Why are you trying to get the court involved?
Is it that much of a surprise? I thought that much was pretty obvious. It's not all scary, so don't worry about it. It just makes things smoother when we're filing our divorce. After all, you don't want to have to go through more trouble than you can chew on, right? It's always nice to leave things to the professionals.
Oh, okay then. I guess.
Great! I'll contact you from my end once everything's been sorted out.
I wasn't expecting things to turn so serious all of a sudden. But as long as you're willing to file the divorce, I guess I'll let you do what you have to do. I don't know much about lawyers and stuff anyways.
Just one thing. I want you to understand that I'll have to make sure all the facts are in place before getting officially divorced. Until then, I won't be answering to any other messages from you, no matter what reasons you may have for sending them. I recommend that you don't bother contacting me either.
Sure thing. Like I said, just do whatever mundane lawyer thing you have to do. I don't know much about it anyway. As long as you're getting divorced in the end, I have nothing to complain about. Hey, Avery! When are you going to get divorced? It's been a day already. Does it take that long to get everything sorted out? Can't you just take my word for it? I can write it down in paper if you want. Just please get divorced as soon as possible. You know how there's a party at Chase's company in August, right? To celebrate the 10th anniversary of the company? I want to attend the party as the CEO's new wife. That way, he can introduce me to all of his subordinates and business partners. We can have a banquet. Maybe we can even call in each other's parents. Besides, I think that'll be better for the both of us, right? I mean, just think about it, girl. Do you really want to attend a party with the CEO when you know that you're going to get divorced real soon? It's a ticking time bomb of shame and sadness. Better to get over it as soon as you can. It'll save you the embarrassment. So please just get divorced. I'm waiting here. You know what? I think I figured it out. I know why you're not getting divorced from Chase yet. I found out your little secret, Avery. It's for the money and the reputation, right? I understand. Being the CEO's wife must be so rewarding. It's not something you'll want to hand over just like that. I can imagine what it must be like to be married to a CEO of a company. You won't have to work at all, and you can use as much money as you want to on fashion and makeup products. That penthouse you live in with Chase is super gorgeous, too. And maybe you eat at a renowned restaurant every single day, drinking expensive wine. It must be so wonderful. Just thinking about it brings a smile to my face. But if you get divorced, you'll lose all of that, won't you? Right now, you live in a penthouse in the city where you can enjoy the view of lowly pedestrians walking down in the streets. But once you get divorced, it's all gone. You must really despise the idea of joining those lowly commoners after parting ways with Chasey Poo. But it's too late to change your mind, Avery. You need to get a divorce right this second. I'm still waiting for you. Come on, really? You're a persistent one, aren't you? Look, Avery, I know this must be hard for you. It's not an easy thing to take in. But the more you resist, the more pain you're inflicting upon yourself. Do you understand? Every single day you decide not to get divorced just means that I get more compensation after you finally decide to end your suffering. And you're going to have to pay for it yourself because Chase won't be there to help you anymore. It can't be helped, Avery. It's time to give up. Hey, I know. Let me set a deadline for you. That way, you can prepare yourself and bid farewell to your extravagant lifestyle. Aren't I considerate? You don't have to thank me. Just get divorced, and that'll be enough for me. Let's see. How about 10 more days before you officially get divorced? Basically, by the end of the month. It's easy to remember that way, and you have more than a week. It should be enough. That, and it's also the day that I'm planning to move out of my apartment building. So, by the end of the month, I'll move into Chase's place and live with him for the rest of my happy life. So, I'll be patient with you. 10 more days. But that's all I'm giving you. All right? Avery, I need to talk to you. Chase told me that you're the one who owns the penthouse? He said something about you being the official owner or something. Why would you make him lie like that? Are you that miserable? The least you can do is think of a better lie, you know. I mean, think of it. There's no way a housewife like you could earn enough to pay for rent in a place like that. A monkey could figure that out. You should be ashamed of yourself, you know. I thought you were better than this. I thought we could be friends even. But I guess I was being too kind. Maybe you're trying to get your hands on the penthouse. Maybe that's what your lawyers were trying to sort out all this time. But I won't allow it. It's been my dream to live there. There's no way I'll hand that place over to you. You won't have a chance, sweetie. Just let it go and leave the place in good faith. It's better that way. Chase and his sweet, sweet home are all mine. Do you understand? Hi, Avery! Guess which girl got good news? Chase contacted me a few minutes ago. He said he's finally going to file the divorce. He's going to do it this evening. Finally! You were hella persistent, weren't you? But true love always wins in the end. Well, I guess it's all sorted out now. Today's the day that I finally leave my cheap apartment for the beautiful, luxurious penthouse of my dreams. I need to get myself ready. I'm super duper excited. Avery! What's going on? Why is Chase being kicked out of his own house? He just came over to my place with all of his stuff. How am I supposed to deal with this? I'm the one who was supposed to move out today, not the other way around. You better explain yourself, Avery.
You sure like to talk a lot, don't you? I could have sworn that you'd give up by now.
Finally! You replied to my texts.
Yes, I did. Now, where should I start? I believe you remember Chase's story about how I was the one who technically owned the house.
You mean that lie you made him say? I remember it. I thought it was super low. I still can't believe you would make him say something like that. It's just pointless. Anyone with half a brain cell would be able to figure out that a housewife won't have the money to pay for something so expensive. There's absolutely no way you were the one paying the rent. So, why is Chase kicked out of his own house?
You have a lot of misunderstandings that I should probably correct. First and foremost, you're wrong about me being a housewife.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'll spare you the details since it's personal, and frankly speaking, probably too convoluted for you to understand. But basically, I'm able to work from home. I made sure to sort out my father's business in a way that allows workers to work remotely. After he passed it down to me, I've been calling the shots, so I got to do what I want. And I liked working from home. Secondly, you are right that I don't pay for rent. You're just wrong on the details. I own the place. Literally. It was passed down from my grandfather to me. It's my building, and there's no reason to pay for rent since I'm the owner. I just pay for the bills and the tax.
What in the what?
And before you come to the wrong conclusion, yes, I'm able to pay the bills on my own. I earn enough to manage my own life without the need for Chase's help.
Well, if you're that rich, why don't you hand over a portion of your wealth to your hubby? I told you that I'm moving out of my apartment today, haven't I? You can't just send us off to the streets. We need a house to sleep in. Are you telling us that we should become homeless?
Look, Nina, this might be hard to understand, but it's very important. This penthouse is my personal property. It's not something that Chase and I shared as a married couple. I'm sure you're thinking of how couples might split their savings if they shared a bank account or something, but this doesn't apply to my house. So, in short, my house will continue to belong to me, even after the divorce. Sorry, but it's the truth.
Really? We're not going to get our penthouse?
It's not your penthouse, but no, you're not getting it. That's why Chase had to be the one to leave, and not the other way around.
But I was looking forward to living there. I had dreams and expectations.
Too bad for you, but it's my house. If you have a problem with it, maybe you should change the law. And by the way, I don't really care much about what might happen to you two after the divorce. If you can't find a house, go ahead, live on the streets. If you manage to get a house, good for you. That's great. Either way, you're the one who decided to leave your place and move into my penthouse, despite Chase's warning. It's your responsibility and not mine.
Hold on, I just remembered something. When are you going to pay us the money?
What money? For what?
Isn't it obvious? For getting divorced. You're getting divorced from Chase, right? Then that means that you have to pay us money.
I actually really don't understand what you're trying to say.
What do you not understand? Just pay us our cash. Divorce means you get money, right? I heard the usual amount is about $13,000. So why don't you pay us that, huh? And don't forget to pay us our share of your savings. It should be about $500,000, right?
You're kidding.
If we have that much money, we might not be able to afford a penthouse, but we'll still be able to live fairly well for a while. So please hurry. I'll start looking for some houses.
Nina.
Yes?
My lawyers will be visiting you in a moment.
Okay, thanks. Then the lawyers can deal with all the meticulous paperwork thingy, right? And I can just wait for my bank account to be filled with money.
Nina, I'm not the one who has to pay. It's you and Chase.
Huh?
And I won't be having my savings with Chase either.
What? But why? It's a divorce.
Nina, I don't want to sound rude, but do you know what the money you're talking about is supposed to be for?
Of course I know. It's what a woman gets after a divorce.
Oh no.
That's why I have the right to the money from you after Chase's divorce. Don't tell me. Do you actually not know this? And I thought you were the smart one.
Okay. So according to your logic, doesn't that mean that I should be getting money? I am the woman. How does that hold up? Do we just trade bags of coins and call it a deal? Care to explain?
Good point. Let me think about it.
Nina, compensation has nothing to do with sex or gender. In this case, it stands for the money that's paid to someone who was cheated on by the person who cheated on them. Basically, I'm the one receiving it, and you and Chase are the ones who have to pay up.
Really? I didn't know. Then please hurry up with the shared portion of your savings then. That should be both you and Chase's property, right? $500,000 is still more than enough.
Nina, just to make sure, are you talking about the money I inherited from my father along with the penthouse?
Yes, that's the one. I heard all about it from Chase. And don't even try to lie about how you don't have that much money. I know you're plenty rich.
About that. It's the same thing as it is with the penthouse. It's my property, and I don't have to share it with you or Chase.
Huh? But I thought that we're… What?
I understand it must be a bit confusing for you. I admit, I didn't know much about these sorts of issues until I started looking into them. It's not every day that you deal with a divorce. That being said, I feel like you might be a little too ignorant for your own good. Are you okay? Is everything in your personal life good? I initially thought that you were just a bit dumb, but considering how we're the same age and all, I'm starting to get a little worried. Did you go to school? I'm genuinely asking. Because if you had a rough childhood, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and help you out a bit. I know I'm privileged enough already.
Yes, I went to school. I graduated college, too. But hold on. Does that mean that not only do I not get a single cent out of you, I also have to pay you extra cash?
Legally, yes.
No way! I don't have that sort of money.
And one more thing. This might be shocking for you, but I have to tell you. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that you don't know.
What is it?
Chase's company filed for bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy? When? Why? He never mentioned anything about this to me.
I figured as much. I'm guessing you don't know much about his job anyway, so let me give you the details for this. You probably deserve to know. You mentioned how Chase was a CEO. That's technically correct, but it's not like what you think it is. His company had only 5 employees, including himself. It was a small business that was in hot water for several years. And I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe you caused his demise, or maybe he brought it upon himself and dragged you along with it. Either way, he started to run away from business matters by going on dates with you. He didn't bother managing the company anymore. All 4 of his employees couldn't stand it anymore, so they decided to quit altogether. Chase left them to suffer, so they cut him off before he could cause any more damage to their lives. And since he lost everyone who knew how to run a business, all he could do was file for bankruptcy. Don't worry about the 4 previous employees, though. I heard they're doing great in a new business they started. All of Chase's former business partners agreed to continue their relationships with them.
I don't believe it.
Nina, since you mentioned living in an apartment, I'm going to guess that you actually work, unlike some guy I know of. After Chase paid me, he ran out of all of his savings. At least, that's what he said in court. And it looks like he still has some debt from filing for bankruptcy. I asked him if he's going to be okay out of curiosity, and he said something about how you'll support him financially. I'm assuming that's a fat lie, since he didn't bother to tell you about what happened to his company. Any comment on that?
I never agreed to that. He never told me any of this. I don't understand.
I feel sorry for you. Just a little, but still. But I'm sure you'll be fine. You said something about true love, right? Well, I think that's all the things I needed to say. I wish you 2 well.
Hold on, Avery. Don't go yet. I just quit my job.
Huh? Why would you do that?
I thought I didn't need to work anymore. Because Chase was supposed to be a CEO living in a penthouse. And I was planning on becoming a housewife.
Oh.
How am I supposed to live like this? I don't have that much savings either. Maybe I could hold on for several weeks, but after that…
Why don't you just find another job?
I'm sure you could stay with your parents until you can rent an apartment again. That's it? That's all you're going to offer me? Well, seeing that you had enough financial stability to graduate college, I figured I don't need to help you out. Don't worry, the money will be going to a good cause. Would you like to decide upon which charity to donate the money to? Oh, my lawyer just contacted me. Apparently, they're almost at your place. I'll let them do the rest of the talking. Wait, Avery! Don't leave me like this! Please! A few minutes later, my lawyer arrived at Nina's doorstep. Because the two had to move out of the place by the end of the day, things didn't go as smoothly as it should have. Fortunately, Nina had just enough savings to pay what she owed. She was responsible enough to pay for it too, although it wasn't like she had any other choice. After everything was dealt with, my lawyer contacted me and informed me that everything had been sorted out. Apparently, by the time my lawyer left Nina's apartment, Nina and Chase were at each other's throats in a frantic argument. In the end, the two broke up. They both tried to live with their parents again at first, but because their parents expected more from them, they had no other choice but to find a job that offered them accommodation as well. A few days ago, I happened to cross paths with Nina by sheer dumb luck. She didn't seem to recognize me, but I did. I noticed how tired she seemed to be. Hopefully, she'll be able to learn a lesson or two from this experience. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comment section, and I hope we get to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!